All right, y'all, we've got the sun in Cancer, the moon is in Taurus. This is your lunar lowdown. Let's get into it. When the moon is in Taurus, we're focused in on our five senses, stability, feeling grounded, as well as just kind of focusing in on what is ours. And so that is what makes the ruler of this moon very interesting. The ruler of this moon in Taurus is going to be Venus in Virgo. And we've got some interesting placements or like aspects that are happening both with the moon and its ruler. Once again, we've got an inconjunct happening between the moon and its ruler. So, like I said in the last lunar lowdown, we've got anxiety, we've got frustration, we're in our fifis, especially with the sun being in the last few degrees of Cancer as we approach Leo season. But back to Venus in Gemini, because we see Venus making a square. She's approaching her square to Mars in Virgo tonight and going into tomorrow. And so we're really feeling that pull between what kind of feels good in the moment to do, what we're kind of doing on a whim versus what actually needs to be done and feels quite urgent. Essentially, we're having problems prioritizing. We want to feel pleasure and want to sample things. We want to do things and just kind of be scattered. While Mars in Virgo is like, we have work to do. Get your shit together. But then we have the moon in Taurus that's also making a square to Mercury in Leo. And so it gives me the same feeling of almost like running a marathon in silk pajamas. You want to be in your comfort zone, but at the same time, maybe this is you or maybe it's somebody else. Somebody wants to be recognized for something and they're voicing that to you. Actually, no, with Mercury and Leo, they're roaring that at you. And so while you're like, I'm ready to chill and do whatever I damn well please, somebody is blowing up your phone and is like, hey, look at me, please. So with Mercury retrograde being a thing starting today, happy Mercury retrograde, what we see is people wanting to be acknowledged, especially if it has to do with either the work that they've done or some sort of profession of the heart or just being very brave. They want that recognition from you. Let's say that this is not somebody else, though. This could be you possibly overreacting to something, especially since it's Mercury retrograde starting today. This could just be you overreacting to feeling overwhelmed from your five senses, and then somebody calls, and then you just kind of freak out on them. That could very much well be like this square for you. I've been trying to come up with the best way to navigate this Mercury retrograde, and honestly, this one is a tough one. I cannot tell you how many tears I've cried in the pre-shadow. But what I've started to come up with is that when we are talking about this Mercury retrograde, I think it's so important to find new ways to express yourself, whether that be returning to certain hobbies, keeping your hands busy in a more creative way. Signing up for classes that are very creative and artsy as well might be something that could be helpful. Or do what I did and color your hair, because that is very Leo. But either way, self-expression is the big thing with Mercury retrograde, because what this retrograde is just trying to show you is who sees you in your external world, but most importantly, how do you see yourself? Are you dimming your light for somebody else? Are you dimming your voice for someone else? So sit with that. Other than that, that's all I have for you for this lunar lowdown. I hope that it was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one.